Well, it was right here in Las Vegas where President Donald Trump first promised to end taxes on tips. And now with the so-called big beautiful bill, Trump has delivered on that promise. But as senior political reporter Steve Sebelius reports, there are still some issues for tipped workers here in the Silver State.
President Donald Trump attributed his victory here in Nevada last year to his promise not to raise taxes on tips. But now that that promise has become a reality, some workers here in Nevada aren't exactly cheering.
Josefina Hurtado is a casino food server and a 30-year member of the Culinary Union. With 4 kids, 3 headed to college, she says she'll take any help she can get.
I'm grateful for the no tax on tips. However, there's a cap and there's expiration, so which really doesn't benefit actually, because I'm a single mother of 4, so it really doesn't benefit.
Hurtado's referring to the fact that no tax on tips is really a tax deduction, capped at $25,000 a year and a 4-year limit before it expires. She told me she preferred a bill by Nevada Congressman Stephen Horsford, which didn't cap tip tax relief and was permanent. That expiration deadline, Hurtado tells me, is circled on her calendar.
I'm gonna struggle when it expires. I'm gonna have that fear, like, oh, it's coming up for expiration. Like, what am I gonna do next? Like, even though I'm grateful, but it's not gonna benefit me.
That's a view shared by the head of Hurtado's union, Ted Papageorge, Secretary-Treasurer of the Local 226. He says the current no-tax plan has other problems, like excluding automatic gratuities for large parties and the fact that married couples who file joint taxes can only deduct $25,000 even if they both earn tips in their jobs. Papageorge says he hopes some of the problems can be addressed through regulation.
There's been an opening. Trump certainly started the fire, and he has to have credit for that. But at the end of the day, there's some real work to be done on this. And if we do the work, then there'll be some relief for tip earners.
But Papageorge also said tips are just part of the problem. Rising costs for food, housing, health care, insurance are squeezing workers and aren't being addressed. And tariffs and a crackdown on immigration is affecting tourism, which impacts jobs.
Culinary Union is going to talk to Republicans, we're going to talk to independents, and we're going to talk to Democrats, and we're going to run our own members if we don't see that politicians on the national level and the state level and the local level are not going to tackle what is a red flag 5-alarm fire right now on the cost of living.
But those elections are still more than a year away. And in the meantime, workers like Hurtado up and down the Strip are just going to have to settle for the current version of President Trump's promise not to tax tips. Reporting on the Las Vegas Strip, I'm Steve Sebelius.